Don't go anywhere now, kids.
Don't break. Oh my! What is going on, everyone? Before we get started in this video, as you can see, I'm standing out here next to the salty chicken. I do want to let you guys know a couple things coming up. First thing is there's going to be a dyno day up at RPM Motorsports for all you new LT guys. All the Gen 5 LT motors, so the new Corvettes, Camaros, CTSV, all of that, you guys will be able to dyno your car up there. If not, just come out and hang out. It is going to be on March 24th at RPM Motorsports, Garner, North Carolina. That information will be down in the link below. Also, in the next video, we are going to be doing a giveaway. So this car goes on the dyno in the next video. So right now, make your guesses what this vehicle has done. It has a MagnaFlow exhaust, has an intake lid on it, and a tune from Chris Crawford up at RPM Motorsports. So those are the three things. Like this video, drop a comment below, guess the horsepower, and you'll be automatically entered to win that in the next video. That's pretty much it for what I have going on today. Just working on the cow in this video, getting a couple things ready. Parts are coming in. We're getting ready to put it back together. I do want to thank you guys for watching this. Enjoy the video and have some fun. What's up, everyone? As you can see, I don't know if you guys can tell, but we are up at RPM Motorsports. Jeff is doing his install of the supercharger, so he is what I'm doing right now is, for the first time ever, you guys are seeing me do something productive. I'm sitting here on my laptop. I'm making an intro for Jeff. What I'm doing today is pretty much going to do a couple little things. I'm going to heat wrap the Y pipes, or I'm going to go over that with you guys. We're going to do that. Maybe talk about the truck a little bit. So it's a rainy Saturday here in North Carolina, so I'm just trying to knock out a few little things here, be as productive as I can. If you can't tell, most of my vlogs we're outside doing something, so when it rains, it makes it a little bit difficult, and I'd rather be outside doing stuff. I'm all about having fun. So I'm going to knock out this intro here for Jeff, and then I'm going to grab the Y pipe out of the cow. We'll talk about the cow, what we have done to it so far, what we're going to do to it next. So I hope you guys are excited, have some fun today. Dab! Out of nowhere. If we look outside, we could see a cow in its natural habitat. A cow. Alright guys, as you guys can see, it's just another gloomy day here in North Carolina. We are up here at RPM Motorsports, like I said earlier, and we're going to talk about the cow. Shit, I closed the hood all the way. Alright, I apologize about the interruptions. Back over here, we're talking about the cow, what we got going on. So, if we pop the hood here, we will see that it is slightly disassembled. So we took the Y pipe off and the charge pipe off there. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen this beforehand. You will know what's up. What we're doing is we're going to heat wrap the crossover pipe and then the charge pipe back up. Doing everything we can to reduce intake air temps. That is the name of the game. Also, what we're doing, going to E85. Bigger injectors. These 850 injectors, they're fast 85s. For a smaller injector, these are the go-to. They're really good street driving, and hell, I made over 1,000 horsepower on them all day long. That was with race gas. But because E85 is going to consume a lot more fuel when you go up in injector size, so ID 1700s is what they are. They're going to get the job done. They are quite expensive, but when you're going with a bigger injector like that, you're definitely paying for what you get. Injector-wise, Injector Dynamics is kind of the go-to. They're not hooking me up or anything like that, so we're just going to bite the bullet and get it done. I'm going to get the Y pipe, the crossover, and we're going to head inside. Now, if you guys can see, oh, I shut the hood again, damn it. If you guys can see here, this is the trans cross member. That's the charge pipe. I'm going to take this inside. Silicone blew out last time, so it's all over this. And honestly, I will say Jet Hot was kind enough to ceramic coat all of my stuff for me. And I'll just be 100% honest with you, I'm not really happy with it. Does it work? I have not seen any results from it. I've had issues with this crossover pipe since day one when we got it back from Jet Hot. This isn't the crossover pipe, this is the charge pipe. But as you can see here, I mean, like, the silicone blew out on it, and it's just like toasted in there. It really does not look good. good. It looks good when it's never touched brand new on the vehicle, but after you get some wear and tear, and especially something like this that's going through a lot of beating, parts need to come on and off. Honestly, it was more of a pain in the ass, and it did not really provide any benefit at all. What I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna take off this wastegate dump. We're going to wrap, as you guys can see, just a little bit of heat wrap right here. We're gonna wrap the rest of the Y pipe, not over the flex pipe, but you can see where it's starting to balloon down here a little bit. Found it. But first we're just gonna take this off, and then we should be good to go. Alright, so before I get started heat wrapping everything, this is kind of what it looks like when it is heat wrapped. There's a seam on the end. One side has a seam, the other side is open, so you want to do it that way so the seam's facing up so it doesn't come apart. This is what it looks like when it does start to come apart. That's the end of it. You put it on there with wires and you tie it all shut. This right here is what happens. This stuff is not bulletproof. This is what I'd say the downside of having the header wrap is. I had it on my headers. Changing plugs in the cow is a pain in the ass, so it eats them up. This is where the wastegate dump would rub up against some sort of either frame rail or body part that did not like it, so you can see it wears in there. Now the other downside I will say is that's like a carbon fiberglass type mix, and putting it on, like, I just touched it and I'm itchy as hell already, so it's a pain in the ass. Before we get started, Jeff's going to look at this, make sure that this weld is still intact. This is the weld that when it was sent off to jet hot, it came back, it was cracked, so when he started up, it blew all the jet hot out. That's how we knew it was cracked. Before that, there was no marks on the jet hot, and then as soon as we fired it up, pow, busted up. Royal pain in the ass. As you can see here, this stuff is pretty thick. There's a white undercoat underneath it, then the color on top. Texture wise, I mean, as you can see, this is different. This is not the super high temp because that's aluminum. That's all stainless, and it's kind of a shame because the welds on this were all super killer, and now it's all covered up with jet hot. So car has not been as fast as it was before since jet hot. That was really the only other change we did. Put the jet hot on there and the car slowed down, the intake air temps went way up, and we've been battling that ever since. Now this stuff is not like, oh, you can just take it off and you can just sandblast it off. Once it's on there, it's on there. These are real, this and the exhaust are really the only pieces that are jet hotted, and that's pretty much it. So we're trying to get back to where we were, I guess you could say, and we're gonna do our best to get back there and get running a little bit quicker. Alright guys, so like I mentioned before, this stuff here will single-handedly ruin your day, ruin your weekend, ruin your week, potentially even ruin your month. This stuff gets all over the place, especially when it gets dry. Now some header wrap you do have to soak before you put on. This stuff, this is like the carbon fiber, this is the good stuff. And you don't have to soak it or anything, so it's kind of good, it's kind of bad. When it gets hot and brittle, you're changing plugs, comes apart, gets everywhere, you get itchy, you turn into like a giant hive. At least I do, so now you guys kind of understand the struggle. But what you need some wire. These are some cutters that are going to cut this. This stuff, as you can see, doesn't really cut that well, as you guys can see here. And this is kind of what it is, just a bunch of this nonsense. But yeah, so if you look at it up close and personal, one side has kind of like a thread going through it, which is going to be the nice side, and this side up here is not. So you want this side facing out, it's going to stay together, so you're going to want this on the top. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's, yes. Anyways, just trust me on this one. I'm no expert, but I did watch a YouTube video on it. Alright guys, so that's it. As you can see here, it's got the little like frizz on the end. It is wire tied on there, so it's not going to go anywhere. I might go around it one more time just because this one was kind of beat up. I want to make sure it doesn't pull out.
You always pull out though.
Never pull out. Alright, so we just got done with one of the wastegate dump tubes. Now we're going to go on to the intake. As you can, or sorry, the intake, the charge pipe. This is the charge pipe. This side goes right into the throttle body. This is coming up off of the intercooler. There's another pipe there that connects up to this off the silicone. But pretty much, yeah. So this is it. Goes into the throttle body here. As you can see, we clamp it down some force. It's not quite perfectly round, but that's okay. Boost issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this. Again, I'm going to start up here, just below from where it'll go into the intake, and I'm going to end right down here, right before where the silicone is. This one's going to be a little more complicated, got a couple bends in there, so this one probably will kick my ass, but I'm going to give it my best shot, make it look good, and make sure it functions well. All right, we got this done here. I think it looks pretty good. I'll put a couple more on there, one up top, and you know, that's how it's gonna go. This is what you're looking at. So it goes into the motor here and it comes up from down there. So I think it looks nice, looks pretty good. I'm a rookie at this, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So what Jeff just did, I didn't have it on camera, but I'll show you guys right here. You
want the flashlight?
Yeah. So this is pretty much where it was cracked from Jet Hot. It was cracked here. As you can see, we ground it down and Jeff welded back over it, and it does not weld good at all, just because all that contaminant is there. So this crack continued to go on, and we didn't know if it was just a crack or if it was just flexed a little bit and it broke the ceramic coat. So let me grab a flashlight. And if you put a flashlight behind this, right, just put it in here, you can see the light. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you shouldn't be able to see light coming through metal like that. See how you guys can see that? That right there? Yeah, that's a crack. So pretty much what it is horsepowers are escaping. And yeah, so that's not good. So what we need to do, we need to grind that down now. And I mean, I'll let Jeff handle that because that's kind of an important part, and you're gonna have to re-weld that. So that really was the main issue with Jet Hot, is that, I mean, it's just, that's super shitty. It's a super shitty spot, and now it looks like shit. You know, it's a pain in the ass for Jeff to have to grind all that stuff down and re-weld it. We don't know how far along that crack is. You know, we thought we had it covered before, but it might have just continued to grow. But we need to get that under control. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna wrap this side, and I think I might run out, so this will give me enough time to get more in here to wrap that side as well. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, a rare look at me doing some work. I do want to say, be sure to check out the two first links below. First one will be my new Motoloot Key Tags. Check those out. They say the Cowmaro on one side and drive with your heart, not your eyes on the other. They are so badass. Second link is the Cowmaro shirts. Be sure to pick them up. I'm running low on stock. Trying to get those gone. I'm going to get a fresh batch in, maybe something different, change it up a little bit. Other than that, be sure to check out Jeff from High PSI TV and RPM Motorsports. And I hope you guys have a great day. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and we will see you next time.